Sunlight. That's what wakes me. Warm Venezuelan sunlight streaming through the curtains of our apartment on the 15th floor. Not an alarm, not the sounds of the street below, just light, golden and gentle, filling the bedroom. I open my eyes slowly. The ceiling fan turns lazily above me, barely needed even in November. The temperature in Caracas is perfect year-round. Eternal spring, they call it. 25 degrees. Every single day. Mercedes is already awake beside me. I can smell her perfume. French. We bought it last month during our trip to Paris. She's wearing her silk robe, the blue one, sitting at the vanity brushing her hair. "Buenos dias, mi amor," she says, catching my eye in the mirror. Her smile is soft, familiar. 13 years of marriage, and that smile still makes everything feel right. "Buenos dias," I reply, sitting up. The bedroom is exactly how we designed it 3 years ago when we moved into this building. Modern, clean lines, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the valley. In the distance, I can see Avila Mountain, that green guardian watching over our city. Caracas spreads out below us like a promise being kept. Glass towers catching the morning light. New construction everywhere. The city is growing so fast you can almost see it happening. I stand and walk to the window. 14 floors below, traffic is already building on the avenue. Mercedes-Benz, Chevrolet, Ford, BMWs. The streets of Caracas look like a European capital now. Everyone has a car, everyone has money, the oil keeps flowing and the money keeps coming, and Venezuela keeps rising. "Carlos, breakfast is ready," Mercedes calls from the doorway. "The children are already at the table." The dining room smells like fresh coffee and arepas. Our maid, Señora Rosa, has prepared everything perfectly, as she does every morning. She's been with us for 2 years now. A kind woman from the countryside who came to Caracas looking for opportunity, like everyone else. Andres, my 8-year-old son, is reading a book in English. His private school emphasizes languages, English, French, German. He'll need them all, we tell him. The world is opening up for Venezuela, for people like us. "Papa, look," he says, showing me the book. "I can read all of this now." "That's excellent, hijo," I tell him, ruffling his hair. "Keep practicing. Maybe next year we can take that trip to Disney World you keep asking about." His eyes light up. "Really? Really? Your mama and I have been talking about it." Gabriela, our 5-year-old daughter, is less interested in books. She's focused entirely on her breakfast, getting more jam on her face than on her arepa. Mercedes gently wipes her cheek with a napkin. "Careful, princessa," she says. "You'll get your school uniform dirty." I pour myself coffee from the silver service. Real silver. We bought it last year. Everything in this apartment is new, nice, carefully chosen. We're not rich, not like the oil executives or the politicians, but we're comfortable. Very comfortable. I'm an architect with my own firm. Mercedes doesn't need to work. The children go to good schools. We take vacations abroad. We have a maid, a car, savings in the bank. This is what Venezuela has become. This is what oil has given us. "What time is your meeting today?" Mercedes asks, sipping her coffee. 10 o'clock, I tell her. Roberto and I are presenting designs for the new shopping center in Chacao. Then I need to visit the construction site in Altamira, the residential tower. "Another tower?" she says, smiling. "You're building this whole city, mi amor." It feels like that sometimes. Every week, a new project. Every month, a new building rising from the ground. Caracas is transforming before our eyes. When I was Andres' age, this city was small, provincial. Now we're becoming something else. Something modern, something important. "Papa has to go," I tell the children, checking my watch. A Swiss watch. My father gave it to me when I graduated from university. "Be good at school today." "We will," they chorus. I kiss Mercedes goodbye. She tastes like coffee and promise. Don't work too late, she says. Julio called yesterday. He wants to meet for drinks tonight. I'll be home by 7. I promise. We can go together. I take the elevator down from the 15th floor. The building is only 5 years old, but already feels established, solid. Marble lobby, modern art on the walls, a doorman in uniform who greets me by name. Good morning, Senor Carlos. Beautiful day. Every day is beautiful, Ramon. He laughs. It's true. In Caracas in 1978, every day feels beautiful. My car is parked in the underground garage, a Ford Granada, dark blue. I bought it 6 months ago, brand new, imported from the United States. In Venezuela right now, you can buy anything. American cars, European clothes, Japanese electronics. The Bolivar is strong, 4.3 to the dollar, has been for years, stable, reliable, like everything else. I drive up the ramp into morning sunlight. The traffic is heavy but moving. Everyone going to work, to school, to wherever the day takes them. I turn on the radio. Salsa, always salsa in Caracas, the music of celebration. The drive to my office takes 20 minutes. I follow Avenida Francisco de Miranda, one of the main arteries cutting through the city. On both sides, construction, always construction, cranes against the blue sky, concrete skeletons becoming buildings, steel and glass and ambition. I pass the new Centro Comercial Ciudad Tamanaco. The shopping mall opened last year, and it's like nothing Venezuela has ever seen. 3 floors of stores, international brands, movie theaters, restaurants. People line up on weekends just to walk through it, to see what modernity looks like. That's what we're building. That's what Roberto and I are designing. More of this. More modern spaces for modern people living modern lives. A taxi passes me. The driver has his radio loud, singing along. Everyone in Caracas seems happy lately. How could we not be? This is our golden age. This is our moment. The rest of Latin America looks at us with envy. The Americans treat us as equals. The Europeans welcome us. We are Venezuela, and Venezuela is everything. I pull into the parking garage beneath our office building. Roberto's car is already there. A Mercedes-Benz, newer than mine. He jokes about it, but I don't mind. There's enough success for both of us. Enough for everyone. I take the elevator up to the 9th floor, where our firm occupies a suite of offices overlooking the city. The receptionist, Senora Lucia, greets me with her usual efficiency. Buenos dias, Carlos. Roberto is already in the conference room. The clients arrive in 30 minutes. Perfect, I tell her. Coffee, please. Of course. I walk down the hallway, past the drafting tables where our 3 young architects are already working. Good kids, hungry, talented. They remind me of myself 10 years ago, fresh out of university, ready to build the world. Through the windows, Caracas spreads out in every direction. My city, my home, growing, thriving, becoming. Roberto is standing at the conference table when I enter, arranging presentation boards. He's 42, 8 years older than me, but we've been partners for 5 years now. He taught me everything about running a firm, about dealing with clients, about turning drawings into buildings. Carlos, good morning, he says, not looking up from his work. Come see this. I revised the main entrance last night. I set down my coffee and join him at the table. The boards show our design for the Centro Comercial Los Palos Grandes, a 3-story shopping center with parking for 500 cars, glass facades, open atriums, modern, clean, inviting. You widened it, I observe, studying his changes. 2 meters on each side. He confirms. Makes it more impressive, more welcoming. People need to feel like they're entering something special. He's right. The adjustment is subtle, but effective. This is why we work well together. I'm good with the technical details, the structural elements, making sure buildings stand up. Roberto has the eye for experience. for how people move through space, for what makes them feel good. It's perfect, I tell him. The clients will love it. They'd better. Roberto laughs. Do you know how many other firms are competing for projects like this? Everyone wants to build in Caracas right now. Everyone sees the opportunity. Senora Lucia brings coffee. Strong, black, sweet. Venezuelan coffee, the best in the world. We sip in comfortable silence, reviewing the presentation one more time. 3 new projects this week, Roberto says suddenly. 3. Can you believe it? Last year we had maybe 1 project a month. Now they're coming to us. The city is exploding, I say. Someone has to design all these buildings. Not just Caracas, he continues, warming to the subject. Roberto loves talking about growth, about success, about the future. Maracaibo, Valencia, Barquisimeto, the whole country is building. Oil money flowing everywhere. Everyone wants shopping centers, office towers, apartment buildings. It's like the entire nation decided to modernize at once. He's not exaggerating. In the last 5 years, Venezuela has changed more than in the previous 50. Oil prices are high. The government is spending. Infrastructure, schools, hospitals, housing. Private development is booming. Foreign investment is pouring in. We are becoming what we always should have been. A wealthy nation, a modern nation, a nation that matters. Carlos, Roberto says, his tone shifting to something more serious. I've been thinking, we should expand the firm, hire more architects, maybe open a second office in Maracaibo. This moment won't last forever. We need to capitalize while we can. You think it won't last? I ask, surprised. Roberto is usually the optimistic one. I think nothing lasts forever, he says carefully. But right now we're riding a wave, and smart people ride waves as far as they can. Before I can respond, Senora Lucia appears at the door. Senores, your clients have arrived. The clients are exactly what I expected. 2 brothers, developers, both in their 50s, both wearing expensive suits and gold watches. They made their money in construction, building apartment buildings during the boom. Now they want to diversify. Shopping centers are the future, they tell us. Entertainment, retail, experience. We present our designs. Roberto does most of the talking. He's good at this, knowing what to emphasize, when to pause, how to make clients feel like they're part of the creative process. Imagine, he says, gesturing at the renderings, 3 floors of international shops, restaurants, a cinema, all under one roof. Climate-controlled, safe, modern. This is what Caracas needs. This is what Venezuelans want. The brothers nod, impressed. One of them asks about parking. I handle that question, explaining our design for the underground garage, the traffic flow, the access points, technical details, my specialty. And the timeline? The other brother asks. 18 months from permit to opening, Roberto says confidently. We have relationships with the best contractors in the city. We can make this happen fast. Fast. Everything in Caracas is fast now. Buildings rise in months instead of years. Money moves quickly. Decisions are made quickly. The whole city runs on momentum and confidence. We'll need to think about it, one brother says, but I can see in his eyes he's already decided. The project is ours. After they leave, Roberto and I shake hands. Another one, he says, grinning. That's the 4th shopping center we've designed this year. 4th that we've sold. I correct him. Who knows if they'll all get built? They will, Roberto says with certainty. Everything gets built in Caracas right now. Everything. I drive east across the city to Altamira, where one of our residential towers is under construction. 24 floors, 48 apartments, luxury units for the growing upper middle class. People like Mercedes and me. People who want modern living, good views, security, status. The construction site is controlled chaos. Workers everywhere. The sound of machinery, hammering, welding. The smell of concrete and steel. The foreman, Miguel, spots me and waves. "Senor Carlos, perfect timing. Come see the progress on the 15th floor." Miguel is 38, experienced, competent. He's been building in Caracas for 15 years, since before the boom. He's seen the city transform. We take the construction elevator up. It's loud, open on all sides, rising through the skeleton of the building. At each floor I can see workers doing their jobs, laying concrete, installing windows, running electrical. Everyone working, everyone busy. "We're ahead of schedule," Miguel tells me as we reach the 15th floor. "Maybe 2 weeks ahead. The weather has been perfect. Materials are arriving on time. No problems." "That's excellent," I say, stepping out onto the concrete slab. From this height, I can see across Altamira, across the valley, all the way to downtown Caracas. The skyline has changed so much. 10 years ago, there were maybe a dozen tall buildings. Now there are hundreds, and more coming every day. "Look at this view," Miguel says, standing beside me. "The people who buy these apartments, they're going to love this. Waking up every morning, seeing the whole city spread out below them." "You think about buying one yourself?" I ask him. He laughs. "Me? I'm building my own house, in Los Teques, 3 bedrooms, a yard for my kids. I'm doing well, Senor Carlos. This boom, it's good for everyone. Workers like me, we're making real money now. Steady work, good pay. I have savings. My children go to good schools. My wife doesn't worry. This is what the golden age means. Not just wealth for architects and developers and oil executives. Opportunity for everyone. Workers building houses, maids sending their children to school, taxi drivers buying cars, the whole country rising together. The building will be beautiful," I tell Miguel. "You're doing excellent work." "It's easy to do good work when you have good materials, good tools, good pay," he says. "Everything Venezuela has now." We spend an hour walking the site, checking progress, discussing details. Everything is proceeding exactly as planned. In 6 months, this building will be finished. Families will move in. Children will grow up in these apartments. Lives will be lived in spaces I designed. This is why I became an architect. Not just to draw buildings, but to create places where people live their lives, where they feel safe, comfortable, proud. Before I leave, Miguel asks me a question. "Senor Carlos, do you think it will always be like this? The construction, the money, the opportunity?" I pause, remembering Roberto's words from earlier. Nothing lasts forever. I think, I say carefully, we should enjoy it while it's here, and work hard to make sure it continues. Miguel nods, satisfied with that answer. I meet Don Fernando for lunch at a restaurant in Las Mercedes. Fernando is my neighbor in the building, a businessman in his 50s who made his fortune importing European cars. He's sitting at our usual table, already working on his first drink. "Carlos!" he calls, waving me over. "You're late. I was about to order without you." "Construction site ran long," I explain, sitting down. "How's business?" "Business?" He laughs. "Business is incredible. I can't import cars fast enough. Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Volvo, everyone wants European cars, everyone has money. Yesterday I sold 3 cars in one afternoon. 3. The waiter comes. I order the pabellón criollo, Venezuela's national dish. Comfort food. Rice, black beans, shredded beef, plantains. Fernando orders the same, along with another whiskey. You know what amazes me? Fernando continues, not waiting for my response. I remember 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Venezuela was poor. I mean really poor. My father was a mechanic. We had nothing. Now look at us. I import luxury cars. You design skyscrapers. Our children go to private schools. We travel to Europe. In one generation, Carlos. One generation, we went from poverty to this. He gestures around the restaurant. It's full of people like us. Well-dressed businessmen, elegant women, everyone eating expensive meals, drinking imported wine, talking about success. Oil changed everything, I say. Not just oil, Fernando insists. Vision, leadership. The government invested wisely, infrastructure, education. We didn't just extract oil and waste the money. We built a country. The food arrives. We eat in companionable silence for a few minutes. The pabellon is perfect. Rich, flavorful, satisfying. Venezuelan food prepared well. Some things don't need to change. I'm thinking about buying another car myself, Fernando says suddenly. Maybe a BMW or a Mercedes sports coupe. What do you think? I think you sell cars, so you know better than me. I laugh. But do I need another car? I already have 3. Does anyone need 3 cars? In Caracas in 1978? He grins. Everyone needs 3 cars. We finish lunch talking about cars, about business, about our families. Fernando's son is studying engineering in the United States, California. He'll come back, Fernando says. There's too much opportunity in Venezuela to stay away. Before we leave, Fernando pulls out a magazine, a German automotive magazine. He opens it to a page showing a silver Mercedes-Benz coupe. Look at this, he says, his voice almost reverent. This is what I want to import next. This is the future. The car is beautiful, sleek, powerful, expensive, everything Venezuela aspires to be. You'll sell 100 of them, I tell him. 200. He corrects. There's no limit to what Venezuelans want right now. No limit to what we can afford. I spend the afternoon back at the office, working on drawings for another project. A medical clinic in Chacaito. More work. Always more work. But good work. Meaningful work. Building the infrastructure Venezuela needs. By 6 o'clock, I'm tired. My eyes hurt from staring at blueprints. My hand is cramped from holding pencils. But it's a good tired. The tired of accomplishment. I drive home through evening traffic. The sun is setting, painting Avila Mountain in shades of orange and purple. The city lights are coming on. Caracas at night is beautiful. All those buildings we've been constructing, lit up, alive with people living their lives. Mercedes is in the kitchen when I arrive home, supervising Senora Rosa's preparation of dinner. The children are doing homework at the dining table. This is our routine. This is our life. Comfortable, stable, predictable. How was your day? Mercedes asks, kissing my cheek. Good, I tell her. We got the shopping center project, and the tower in Altamira is ahead of schedule. Of course it is, she says. Everything you touch succeeds. If only that were true. But in this moment, in this golden age, it feels true. Everything does seem to succeed. Every project moves forward. Every plan comes together. Venezuela is blessed, and we are blessed to be Venezuelan. We eat together at the dining table. Senora Rosa has prepared roasted chicken with vegetables. Simple, wholesome food. The children tell us about their school day. Andres got an A on his English test. Gabriela made a painting in art class. Small victories, small joys. Papa? Andres asks. Is it true that we might go to Disney World next year? It's possible, I tell him. If we keep saving, if work continues to go well. Will we fly there? Gabriela asks. In an airplane? Of course in an airplane. Mercedes laughs. How else would we get to Florida? I've never been on an airplane. Gabriela says, her eyes wide. You will, I promise. Many times. The world is opening up for all of us. After dinner, Mercedes puts the children to bed while I shower and change. Julio called earlier, confirming drinks at 8. He's one of my oldest friends from university. He works in finance now, doing very well. Better than me, probably, though we don't talk about money directly. Don't stay out too late, Mercedes tells me as I'm leaving. And don't drink too much. I won't, I promise, kissing her goodbye. The bar is in Las Mercedes, trendy, modern, full of young professionals like us. Julio is already there, at a table near the window, a bottle of whiskey on the table. Imported Scottish whiskey. Expensive. Carlos. He stands, embracing me. Too long, hermano, too long. 3 weeks, I laugh. We saw each other 3 weeks ago. In this city, 3 weeks is a lifetime. Sit. Let me pour you a drink. Julio is 36, tall, always impeccably dressed. Tonight he's wearing a suit that probably cost more than my car. Finance is good to him. How's the banking business? I ask. Banking? He shakes his head in wonder. Carlos, it's insane. Everyone wants loans. Everyone is investing. Real estate, construction, importing, exporting. Money is flowing like water. I'm approving loans I would have rejected 5 years ago, and they're all getting paid back. The whole economy is on fire. That's good, right? It's incredible, he says, leaning forward. You know what I did last month? I bought an apartment. Cash. Just walked in, saw it, bought it. That's the kind of liquidity we have right now. He pours us both generous glasses of whiskey. We toast to success, to friendship, to Venezuela. I just got back from Europe. Julio continues. Paris, London, Geneva. You know what they're saying about us over there? They're saying Venezuela is the future of Latin America. They're saying we're the success story. Banks want to invest here. Companies want to open offices here. Everyone wants a piece of what we're building. And what are we building? I ask. Paradise. Julio says simply. We're building paradise. We drink. The whiskey is smooth, expensive, imported. Everything in this bar is imported. The furniture from Italy, the glasses from Germany. The music playing softly is American jazz. Caracas is becoming international, cosmopolitan, sophisticated. Remember university? Julio asks suddenly. Remember how we used to talk about changing Venezuela? Making it better? Making it modern? I remember. We did it, he says, his voice thick with emotion or whiskey or both. We actually did it. Look around. This city, this country, this is what we dreamed about. He's right. This is exactly what we dreamed about. A Venezuela that works, that prospers, that gives opportunities to its people. But somewhere, in the back of my mind, I remember Roberto's words. Nothing lasts forever. I push the thought away. Not tonight. Tonight is for celebrating. I get home a little after 11. Not too late. Mercedes is already asleep. The apartment is quiet, peaceful. I pour myself a glass of water and walk out onto the balcony. Caracas spreads out below me. A sea of lights, buildings everywhere, lit up against the darkness. In the distance, I can see construction cranes, their red warning lights blinking. Even at night, the city grows. I think about my day, the meeting with clients, the construction site, lunch with Fernando, drinks with Julio. All of it ordinary, all of it extraordinary. This is life in the golden age. I think about Andrés wanting to go to Disney World, about Gabriela who's never been on an airplane, about Mercedes shopping for French perfume, about Miguel building his house, about Fernando selling Mercedes-Benzes, about Julio buying apartments with cash. All of us rising together, all of us living this moment. The night air is perfect. 25 degrees, eternal spring. I can hear music from somewhere, salsa drifting up from the streets. Someone is having a party. Someone is always having a party in Caracas. I stand there for a long time, just looking at the city. My city. The city I'm helping to build. The city that's giving me everything I ever wanted. Tomorrow I'll wake up and do it again. Design more buildings, visit more construction sites, take more meetings, build more of the future. This is 1978 in Caracas. This is Venezuela's golden age, and it feels like it will last forever. Even though I know somewhere deep inside that nothing ever does. But tonight, standing on this balcony, looking at these lights, feeling this perfect air, I let myself believe. I let myself believe that maybe, just maybe, this time will be different. That maybe, just maybe, we've finally figured it out. That maybe this golden age will never end. The city glitters below me. Beautiful, promising, eternal. I finish my water, take one last look. Then I go inside. Tomorrow will come soon enough. But tonight, Caracas shines, and so does Venezuela, and so do we all.